On this week's breaking news, the biggest story, the Ministry of Magic is coming to LEGO. Wednesday is getting new sets, and we have some fun news with James Gunn and 2027 rumors. All that and more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brickware, my newest venture into the AFL merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickware brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickware page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickware, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFLs about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO has been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever, even your kids, to come listen to the podcast. I do try not to swear. It does happen sometimes, so I will put that caveat in there. I do mark the episodes that I do swear. If that's something that you don't want yourself or your kids to listen to, I just have very passionate ideas for that. And if you're a patron over at my Patreon, I greatly appreciate your support. And for all those that want to really support the behind the scenes, get the episode early, go and check out the Back to Brick podcast on Patreon to become a LEGO stud. Now on the admin side, I'm home this weekend by myself. This happens occasionally now, but it looks like it might slow down from being alone. We got some good news about family medical issues, so fingers crossed it continues to stay that way, but big stress kind of relieved from a lot of us for this. So we thank anyone who I've told, because I've kind of kept it off the books here because I want to focus on LEGO, but appreciate all the support for all those that have sent out some kind words for it. That's it for the admin side. We will be going into our set review at the end of the episode. We're going to be doing set 72162, a Smart Play Eevee and Lapras treasure hunt. This is my first review of the Smart Play sets that have come out. I did see these in person, so let's see what I think about it. You can check that out at the end. And Totoro by JayFA. So make sure to stick around after the breaking news to hear all about that. Now, let's get into our first breaking news story. First up, Brickheadz. For September, we're getting 2 new Brickheadz, a set of 2. We've got the Superman and Batman, part of the vintage line. So we have the original Batman primarily in the blue, and Superman with his old school logo and a little curly Q hair. It's 219 pieces, going to come to a cost of $25. These used to be $20, so as you can see, inflation is pushing it up there. And then Gremlins, we've got Stripe and Gizmo. And I like them. It's part of Universal's IP, so I really like them. Gizmo is very cute and has a little bit of popcorn. And then you see a little sandwich for Stripe, so he ate a little too late. So those will be coming out on September 1st. To go along with that, James Gunn is a big fan of the LEGO brand and has his own Brickheadz as well. He's got a copy of his dog, himself with a DC shirt on, and Crypto, which we have a little floating version of the dog. Very cute, probably pretty simple to make, just has the little sticker you'd have to find and put that on there. But it shows him posting this online, and I'm probably going to get the Superman figure because, well, he loves Superman and the DC side, so maybe even Batman too, and appreciate his IP as he is the studio lead, and of course his puppy, Crypto. Until August 10th, you can go and get the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur set again that comes with its gift of purchase of the Kanto Region Badge Collection. This has been selling an aggressively high amount over on eBay, and a lot of people just kind of remade it. There's definitely some people that have already made some prints for it. This set is fun, but I definitely don't think I would be buying the massive set to get this again. Unless we get a discount, which hopefully we'll see that in the future, because I love these Pokemon sets. It's just way too much for this. But I do like that they finally brought back the Kanto Region badges. Maybe put them on the Lego Insiders portal for a gift or exchange of points instead would be a good idea, Lego. As Halloween fast approaches, even though it's only August, we have the new Build-A-Minifigures coming out for September. This is at your local store, and I think they do it online a little bit, but I've never actually tried this. We're getting 3 new figures. The first one is Frankenstein's monster. So we have Frankenstein with his bolts in his sides of his face, but his hair is kind of like a normal style hair, a little bit Frankenstein-y, but not a ton. And he has some raggedy clothes with, it looks like corn, the candy corn in his pocket, and some lightning coming out of his hand. Then we have Werewolf Costume Girl. So it's a girl in a werewolf costume. She's got candy in her pockets and a wolf head on top, and it comes with a little spider. And then the last one is the Zombie Girl, and she's got the classic gray face with the red eyes, the hair it looks pretty well kept up, and then of course her clothes not so much, and then she's got gray hands to go along with that. So those are really fun for September 1st to build a minifigure station at your local Lego store to build those, collect them up so you can set up your new Haunted Mansion set with a couple trick-or-treaters. And the biggest news of the week, Harry Potter direct-to-consumer set, The Ministry of Magic. This is set 76476, the Ministry of Magic Collector's Edition. It's an 18-plus set at 3,491 pieces, and let's see if you can guess the price right. Did you guess $350? How about $400? Maybe $400? $420? Nope, we're looking at $450. It is $100 over the standard 10 cents per piece count, so that is a very high number. This is to celebrate 25 years of Harry Potter with Lego, and well, I don't know if it's just with Lego. It's with the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone, whatever you want to call it, to come out. And it's an ambitious project set because it's got 3 different levels primarily. The upper level is the station and the phone booth and ways that you can get down into the ministry. Then there's the ministry itself, the grand lobby, so the green tiles and all those different like the windows and things. And then below that is some of the scenage from some of the other movies, such as the Ghost Portal and the Prophecy Room. But the back also has a ton of details with different rooms. We've got Umbridge's office. We have the records room, the bathroom, and the upstairs, which is the train station. And not only are there rooms, but there's a bunch of characters too. We've got a plethora of them. Let's see. There's a lot, and Lego decided that they're not going to list them all out on their webpage, so you have to go somewhere else and find all of them if you don't know them off the top of your head, like some of them that I don't. Let's go. Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, Sirius Black, Kingsley Shacklebolt, Arbella Fig, Nymphadora Tonks, Arthur Weasley, Mad-Eye Moody, Albus Dumbledore, Lucius Malfoy, Antonia Doholvo, and Professor Umbridge. There's also Shacklebolt's Lynx Patronus to go with it, which Lynx is a very interesting figure. I don't know what that else was for. There's some that are in there that are interesting, and some that they could probably have added different ones to, but like Barty Crouch Jr., Barty Crouch, the Minister, maybe. I don't think they included the Minister, which is kind of crazy. They do have like a poster of him on, like, from hanging down in the hall itself, and there's some battle scenes and different things you can put in, but I think that they just put way too much into this. Like, there's a lot of scenes from the Ministry, and I get that it's a lot that they want to capture, but it just doesn't call to me. It kind of looks like it's just a hodgepodge of different scenes thrown together instead of something that is kind of form-fitting, that works well with the Lego branding of all that stuff. And then this is the second ministry. They came out with the other Ministry of Magic, which is $990, and it was just that middle section, the green with the fountain, and it had a Dementor, which is another thing that was missing for this. So one with the cost, one with the sets, the piece count, and one with like minifigures, and then another with too much packed in. It's a very interesting choice. It'll still sell well because it's the Ministry of Magic, and Harry Potter fans are ravenous for all kinds of things like this. It's just not the best collector's one, I'd say. Pokemon Go continues to celebrate its 10-year anniversary, and now with Pokemon and Lego. They can go to the United States, UK, Germany, France, Poland, and Australia, from August 3rd through the 30th of September. And if you go to the Google Maps links and different things, you can get a background for your Pokemon Go that's made out of Lego. It looks like, I don't even know if it was by designers. I mean, I could have made that, but there's also different stamps and stickers that you can get to accomplish your collection of Pokemon. If you go to a Lego Discovery Center, there's one in Melbourne that you do get a stamp for your attendance in August of Blastoise with a little small logo of Lego. And of course, there'll be more as they come through for the next 2 months that it's running. I'm not a Pokemon Go player. I used to be when it first came out. I like when they add these additional challenges and different things to keep people moving. Our town was full of them during the anniversary on the weekend, and it was funny seeing them all in a crowd together walking around. But if you want to get some tie-ins with Lego on your Pokemon Go app, go check it out and try to catch all those Pokemon and catch the stamp in the background. Wednesday is getting 2 new sets. Our first one is Nevermore Academy. It's 890 pieces, and it is a midi-scale version of it at $70. I like this one because I like the show, but it comes with the trophy scale figures of Wednesday and Enid, and of course some other fun details from the TV show, different scenes and different parts of the full castle, I guess school, and a place to store your figures in the bottom in a drawer. And then, of course, the classic stained glass window. That one is super colorful and the other side is not. And it comes with a Wednesday minifigure. So that's the first minifigure we've gotten of Wednesday because all of them have been the Friends line, which is Wednesday's backpack. It's $401. And it comes with Wednesday thing and her cello and the backpack, of course. The backpack does open up and it shows that you have little pictures that you can put in the bottom drawer section, and the upper section is a bit of the room with the stained glass window where she is playing her cello, and thing is doing things. So those will be coming out in September 1st. Guess what? We're getting another Harry Potter Hogwarts castle. This one's the mini Hogwarts castle instead of the midi scale, I guess you could say. And it's 700 pieces. It comes with Hedwig and Harry does have a little connection point that you can make him fly over the castle itself. It's $40. I don't really know why we needed this, but I guess people didn't. The other one was too big. They wanted an even smaller one, and people love Hogwarts, so I guess that's what they did. Micro scale versions are big hits because it saves space and cash monies because the castle itself was way too big. I still have it in my box. I don't really know where it's going to go, but the continuation of, they got to throw more Lego sets out there, and this one's an easy one because everybody loves the castle. With Christmas just around the corner, I said it, it's August, but Lego decided they're going to put a set out for this as well. This one is the Christmas stocking. It's a $35 set, 342 pieces, and it looks like a standard stocking. You can either hang it or it has a little kickstand for it, and it comes with a little Soldier Man minifigure. You can even hang it on your tree if you want. I don't know how because it's pretty big. I mean, we're looking at least maybe 10, 11 inches tall. And it has a gingerbread, a candy cane, and a little Christmas tree hanging out of the top. It's cute. Not the best, I'd say. The best was Santa Claus and his sleigh. So this one was, I think they're continuing to just try to find different things to make into Christmas Lego sets. We're getting our next restaurant around the world. This one's Greece as a gift with purchase. If you purchase $180 or more up until August 11th, you're going to get the Greek island of Santorini. This one has a minifigure with a fish and a kitten, and the restaurant itself does go into the Greek style of archways, white walls, and some wood, and then tapanya. There's of course a little seating area outside and a little fish up top on a second level with an umbrella. So there's seating up top and then the restaurant on the lower level. These are cute. I do like the mini scale versions of them. And if you're looking to continue collecting all of them, this is your opportunity to make sure you grab the Greek restaurant to add to your world collection of restaurants. Lego storage is always a challenge, and believe me, I'm still figuring it out as I've been printing a lot of storage containers to try to get my Legos in order. But it seems another place, Brickley, has decided to create some of their own, this one in a little bit more style to it. It has this wonderful system of sorting drawers that go with a really nice wooden build to it. The company was built by a set of brothers, Newland brothers, a engineer by the name of Matt, and a nanoscientist Ben of LSE graduates of Joffrey. It has 4 separate drawers and an upper section that you can build off of. And then it has these little slot holes. So you can put the different pieces in. And at the front, they have these holes that get smaller and smaller. So all your pieces do sort down into the lower sections. Very creative, to be honest. I haven't seen a system like this before that is so beautiful. It has really lovely wood grain pieces. I'm thinking they're using plywood, to be honest, but I don't really care. It looks so nice. They've noted it can hold 15 kilograms of Lego, which is between 10 to 18,000 pieces. That's quite a lot. They have these on sale right now for this small price of £3,650. So that's over $4,000 for this set of tabletop things. There's even a shelf that's $550 that can go on top of it. Very luxurious, and that's probably why it's one of the nicest ones I've ever seen, and probably will never owned unless I get a partnership. Maybe I should reach out and see what they say. We've got a rumor of 2 new architecture sets coming out, both over 3,000 pieces. One at 3,142 and another at 3,333. We're not sure exactly what they are, but people have speculated and wished for. Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry, I stepped on my puppy. I didn't know she was there. It's okay, honey. And the Sagrada Familia is the most recent one at 12,000 pieces. So maybe we'll get some new ones. I'd love if, I think I talked about the Golden Gate Bridge would be a cool one. Maybe a reimagination of the Louvre. Who knows? But I appreciate that they are expanding with these larger piece set ones, but still need to come back and bring in some smaller ones because it's hard to get into such large sets because the prices go up too. For architecture lovers, they need more skylines. Some more Pick-a-Brick updates. This one includes monorail, Luigi Green, and the moon rocket parts. The monorail itself, that is pretty cool because a lot of people want to build their own monorail. It comes with the new tooth track system that Legos come out with, curve straight, and the drive system to do it. The minifigures, we've got some new heads, sand blue pants to it, and then a bunch of new individual bricks, some of the curved pieces, a lot of green to go with it, and red, but no things that jump out that you need to have other than the monorail. I mean, I'm probably gonna get some of the monorail parts, and I don't even own any place or thing to put the monorail, but I've got to get some so I can build my own monorail. So check out Pick-a-Brick and see if there's anything that you might want. The newest Lego game, the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, is on sale. It's pretty impressive sale. It's for $1. You have to buy the Fantastic Mystery Vault bundle on Steam, and it ranges from a single key for $1 or 25 keys for $17.49. So it's not actually $1. You can buy $1 and see what comes out of the Mystery Vault. It could happen for you and it could not. So if you don't want to risk a couple bucks, then I would say you should just buy it outright. But that's still expensive too. It's fun. If you want other games in the Mystery Vault bundles, then that's a way to do it too. And maybe you'll get lucky and get the game. I've only heard good things about it, and I'm interested to see what DLCs and updates they'll do here in the future. Andrew Garfield played Spider-Man for a few movies, and we know him as a really good actor as well. And he didn't know that he had a minifigure himself that is one of the most expensive minifigures ever created. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive back in 2013, and only 350 were made. It has his classic Spider-Man suit, specifically the one for him, part of the Marvel Superheroes line, and it costs around $15,000 on the market. This was sent out by Jonathan Push, who is another Lego influencer, and he shows him the card, and he's like, "This is crazy! I did not know this." And it's not a gift. He wanted to say like, no, that's coming back to me," but they made fun of it because like 15, he didn't know about this, and his co-stars like, "Oh, well, they only made 350 of them, so it's not like it's a huge big deal." But it's funny because he is in a Marvel set when they did the Spider-Man Far From Home, No Way Home sets back in 2023. So he still has a minifigure, but this one is pretty crazy to have one that is the most expensive one you can get. Lego went pretty hard for the FIFA World Cup, specifically a lot of sets, and some of them were depicted just for the country, specifically ones like the US team and the UK team of these small jerseys at 167 pieces for $25. So it was already pretty high, and it came with 2 minifigures. Problem is, it's not selling that well. As we lost and other places don't really care about the US, or we don't care about like the German or the UK or the Spain or whatever most of the time, it's not selling that well abroad. It's at 70% off in some areas. The United States, it's still about the same cost if you can find it, because I think they just kind of let the stock die out. I'm not a huge fan, and I didn't think the market was going to be as big as I thought it was. There's a lot of people that are fans of soccer. I mean, it's the largest sport in the world, but it still is hard when the sets are not great. They rush them out, it seems, for the World Cup instead of just like, maybe we'll wait or do this intermittently throughout the next couple years for any soccer fans. It doesn't mean that we're not going to get any more. It just means that it was an interesting choice, and I think that they're paying for it now by not getting paid for the sets that they made. There's some rumors for Star Wars, specifically these Smart Play sets for 2027. It looks like we're going to get an Ewok attack, Boba Fett's starship, R2-D2, and the Battle of Hoth, looking to launch in April. So we're getting a pretty far extended reach on what we're going to get later down the line. But in general, the Smart Play sets have not really hit, and I don't know if adding some of these other ones are going to hit any better than what we just tried to do. They're going to keep trying. We'll see what it comes of it. I hope that the Smart Play bricks become more accessible, not only for these weird, dumb sets, but also sets that might be good for adults, and maybe a blend, maybe even like the semi-older kids like 8 or 9 instead of the ones that seem to be like super kid form like 6 or 7. And last but not least, a bunch of rumors. Over on the Lego subreddit, or Lego Leaks subreddit, they have revealed a ton of sets coming not only 2027, but 2028. I almost went back in time to 26. Let's run through them. For icons, the Queen Mary 2 ship, Lord of the Rings, The Prancing Pony, Lord of the Rings, Helm's Deep, Castle Claw Machine, based on the Yellow Castle set, an upscale Homer Simpson, a Pirates of the Caribbean Flying Dutchman, and a big Knight Rider car. We've got an upscaled Captain Rex UCS Millennium Falcon, a Golden Gate Bridge, and the Parthenon looks to be our rumors for the 3,000 piece set, a modular Daily Planet build and a buildable crypto, a large Arendelle Castle smart play set. That's interesting. I could get behind that. Street Fighter sets, Hello Kitty display set, upscaled Spider Punk smashing a guitar, Dragon Ball sets, new theme of cute animals not molded. So I'm not sure what they'll do with that one. And there's a bunch of other things we've already talked about before. The theater for Star Wars, the Sandworm from Dune, George Lucas, a land speeder diorama, modular. And modular is a new clock tower, and then New Hope posters. So we're going to get a ton of stuff next year in 2028, not 26. So get ready for your pocketbooks. Hopefully they do designs well, and hopefully it's not as crazy an impact on our wallets as it has been. And that's all the breaking news we have. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's podcast. I appreciate you coming and listening. Hopefully you gained a lot of knowledge about this week's Lego news, specifically a lot of those rumors and new sets that have been coming out. The Ministry of Magic, big one there for people. And you know, what else? There's so much to talk about. So I love that you guys come here and listen. And continue listening as I now move into our set reviews. Our first set is set 72162, Eevee and Lapras Treasure Hunt, and it's a smart play set. And it'll cost you $60. It's an A+ set at 623 pieces, and it has one review at 5 stars. It's smart play compatible, which means it doesn't come with a smart play brick, which is wonderful. You know, that means that you're spending $60 on a set that uses smart play bricks that you don't even get to use a smart play brick with because you don't have it. I will say that the creatures look well enough that you wouldn't even need the smart play brick if you don't want to play with them. You've got Eevee, super cute. They did a great job of downsizing it, even from the large scale version that they did previously. Although you can now go to Costco and get those for like super cheap, like $30 or something. And then it comes on a small little raft because Lapras is a water creature and it has its own little display section to go with it. Looks like a sunken ship on a rock structure that would be underwater. And then Lapras has the bigger scale version. Nicely printed eye pieces that go on the rounded ears, and the shell itself, they did a great job in capturing the dimensions of the shell and not having it so blockish. It is on like I think ball joints, and the turquoise blue color and the yellowish color for the chest section. Now, out of the smart play, there's not a ton that I think are done well, but I think that they did this one pretty good. I like these Pokemon a lot, and having them in a smaller scale form is nice to have, and especially if you don't have the smart play brick, because if they did put it in here, that's another thing. It would have cost probably $40 more to have that. I don't actually know how much the smart play brick, maybe $20 more, but still, you're charged a lot for that. And it does come with smart tags. So the smart tags are when you bump into or have the light sensor on it. It's got Eevee, it's got food, and it's got Lapras. So you can use those to work together and have a fun time using the smart play and having Lapras communicate together. They do hide the smart play bricks underneath a couple tiles, so it's not as aggressively right there in your face because it's not a small tile or a small brick. It is still a bigger brick, but it's nice to have that option to have it and not have it. I'm not sold yet on smart play. I don't know if I ever will be, but I think that this is a okay version for what Lego should do because Pokemon battling and different things, I don't really know what else they'd use it for. Star Wars, we're seeing that. Maybe some of these other younger play sets will do better. I guess we'll continue to see as they use it. Now moving into our other set, this is our Rebrickable set. This is the creature Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro. It's by JFA. JAYFA. It's 385 pieces and it's 10 Australian dollars, which I believe is like half. So it's like $5 for this. And it is a great representation capturing Totoro. It's like a big cat, or raccoon, I guess you could say. Very round, plump creature with a really big, funny smile. I think it is a cat. And it captured the standard eyes. It's got even the little whiskers, and then on top of its head, it's got the leaf as its hat. But it still comes with an umbrella, which it does hold. The arms are very animated, as one holds the umbrella and the other one is outward. And they just captured the essence of this funny creature so well in Lego. And for such a small like piece count, you can't go wrong in appreciating Totoro. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it because it is awesome. And I think that this would be fun for you to have along with a bunch of the other ones that he's built, because this is the demo orchid was one that he built. Toothless is just one that I have in my office. So go check it out. Maybe purchase the instructions and build this for yourself. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. And I'll leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.